window keeps moving on me. Sorry, I had to adjust. River Raid. Notable for a couple of reasons. One being an excellent game. The other, this was designed by a woman. Her name was Carol. I don't remember her last name. But yes, Activision, long before it was a hotbed of conversation, was very much an equal opportunity employer as far as their programmers went. Well, the thing is, Goober Slot, I don't consider Activision itself to be the villain. I liken it to a zombie. Like if someone I really loved became a zombie, they wouldn't be who I loved anymore. There'd be someone else walking around in what's left of their body. And that's how I see Activision at this point. While I did like the Guitar Hero games, and I did like Singularity, it's a shame they didn't promote it. And the Spider-Man games, actually, too. I really wish things had come out differently. I don't hide my hatred for Call of Duty, but the general philosophy is the problem. Also, there's the fact that Kotick himself is not someone who understands video games. He's an entrepreneur who happens to make his money off of video games. And that is always a risky combination. So as you can see here, the idea is to blow up the bridges and whatever else you might be able to get in front of you. And you have to keep fueling yourself as you go, so you want to not destroy the fuel tanks. Unless you're full, then you can actually shoot them at the very end, and you'll not only get a full tank of gas, but you can get the points for destroying the tanks. Yeah, the fuel tanks are tempting targets because I believe they're worth about 800 points. Ugh. I've got my controller rigged up a little special, by the way. I have the up and down rigged to the shoulder buttons, so I can kind of work like an up and down throttle instead of having to push the joystick up and down. Makes it a little bit easier. Oh god, this is going to be tight. Whew. That was one of those continued da-da-da-da-da-da-da moments. There was a sequel to this, by the way, that came out towards the end of the 2600's lifespan, if I recall. It was called, of course, River Raid 2, and I liken it to the 2600's version of Top Gun on the NES, right down to the taking off from the aircraft carrier. I don't know if you land on the aircraft carrier, and I don't want to know because just trying to take off from that bastard was tough enough. And then actually shooting anything while you're up in the air and figuring out how to refuel, that was annoying. So needless to say, I won't be showing that off. Feel free to check that out on YouTube if you're really curious. Yeah, Justin, I actually had a joystick topper. I think it was supposed to be for a specific game, but it plugged into the controller port and provided 2 buttons for certain things. Plus, it also put a grip on the joystick. Uh-oh. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, this is a game where if you accidentally shoot the fuel, you can find yourself fucked right quick. That was close. I don't remember what game it was for, though. But the Stella emulator here actually has a setting for it. Oh, and it actually handles the paddle quite well. It uses the mouse for it. Although I suppose if you were using a computer trackball, it could work with that too. Yeah, sometimes you gotta, in this game, you gotta just pick a side and hope you can run with it. It is indeed. Little trivia, by the way, for those who don't know, the reason why the 2600 emulator is called Stella is because that's the name of the chip that was the CPU in it. It was named after one of the programmer's daughters. Might have been Bushnell's daughter. I don't remember. Was that Bushnell's daughter? Okay, annoying sound coming up. Well, I've heard worse. But yeah, one of the daughters of the programmers was named Stella, so they named the central chip after her. Oh, shit. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting to die to. Joe DeCure. Okay. It's in the, a book I highly recommend, The Ultimate History of Video Games, which covers video games even before there were video games, like back to the pinball era, and also video game history up to the release of the Xbox. Wait, what? His bicycle? Are you kidding me? His bicycle. I want to program my bicycle. It is possible, by the way, to speed up in this game. I tend to run as slow as possible. One, so I have more time to react to everything, and two, because it uses fuel more slowly. Unless I have to really quickly get to a fuel tank, and then I'll... Yeah. Sometimes I'll risk the speed, sometimes I'll just let off the slowness. The other advantage to going slow is when you go over a fuel tank, you'll get more fuel. And basically, the longer you're on one of those, the more fuel you'll get out of it. Oh, come on. Huh. Well, I was misinformed then. I hate it when I think I remember something like that and then I find out I'm completely wrong. Well, none of my knowledge is correct. But yes, it was called the Stella chip. I had an idea once for a like a restaurant, bar, and arcade combined called Barcade. And the decor would be like pictures of video game luminaries all over the wall with the stuff they did. There's actually a place near me called Crabtown, USA in Glen Burnie, Maryland, that in addition to being a bar, restaurant, has a full-size arcade. I'm not talking like 4 games in the back. I'm talking a whole room full of video games. And 2 of the walls are lined with pinball games. And they actually have weekly tournaments. Like, I love pinball. I love video games rather. My dad loves pinball. So it's a treat for both of us when we can get there. There is just something about, it's one thing to play the old games on emulators, but it's quite another thing to just be in front of the machine, put the quarters in. Oh, you showed up at just the right time. Hit a little of that, okay, good. I never used to do this good at this game. That was close. There was a Dilbert strip a long time ago about a old man that had joined the company, and the pointy-haired boss, being clueless as he is like, now don't let him, let him, he can watch, but don't let him touch anything. Old people like to fiddle. And the old guy's like, I was a chip designer in my last job, and he's like, really, chocolate or poker? I shouldn't have done that. Incidentally, as long as you destroy the bridge, that acts as the checkpoint for the next level. And you can like just get around the stuff that's guarding it as long as the bridge is gone. Oh man, I can't believe... Oh shit. Whew. Okay, I can't believe any of that. Phew. Hovering on E there. I knew I should have put more than $5 worth in. This is the danger of getting too trigger happy in this game. It is very easy to shoot fuel as it's coming on screen. It's also very easy to just plow into the riverbank. That can happen too. I chose wisely. Okay. I seem to have run out of things to say. I'm sorry for the sudden silence. I think it's a combination of not necessarily having something to comment on that I haven't seen here already, and a sudden intense concentration. Would that be any particular type of zone, Justin? A zone with some kind of large roadway leading me up to it? One that might have tolls at some point? Good, top off there. I'm glad these helicopters and tankers and whatnot don't seem to have any object permanence to themselves, or any need to continue their goal after I've been gone past them. I guess they figure, what, we'll never catch them now. Just head home for the day. This is, if you hadn't noticed, this is another one of those games where you can steer the shots with your movement. Damn it. But that can get you into trouble sometimes. It's very easy to try to steer your shots to hit one enemy and go veering right into another. Ooh, that was close. Oh, come on. I thought I had enough time to get him. But as you can see, proof of concept, since I destroyed the bridge, I'm moving through. Yeah, this is one of those shooters where turbo fire is not advisable. You want to plan your shots, you want to take them one at a time, because destroying those fuel tanks, destroying too many of those fuel tanks is just going to completely ruin your time, and my throttle went out on me. Oh shit. The shoulder button on my controller seems to be going in and out. Either that or my finger is getting tired. It could have been one of the two, but for whatever reason, it has brought about my demise. But in any case, that was River Raid. Let's see here. Okay, just for gits and shiggles, I'll show you River Raid 2 and how terrible it was. So, now keep in mind, I want you to remember I'm not doing this for comedic effect. Okay. So, yeah, holding down releases a bomb. Or holding down on the controller, I should say, releases a bomb. And you can use that to take out those aircraft carriers. Those things are actually the refueling jets. And that was the game. Yep. It's the final breakdown of my sanity. Yep, there's refueling. There's dying. I don't even know if you actually have to, for a 2600 game, yes, it was. I don't actually know if you have to re-land on the aircraft carrier, and I don't really want to find out. Because I could never manage it on Top Gun, and I barely understand how to take off on this one. I'm perfectly fine with just leave 'em be.